Dozens of field workers have filed a class action lawsuit against the Democratic National Committee, claiming that they were paid sub-minimum wage. This is interesting considering the Democratic National Committee advocates for a $15 minimum wage in its platform. Meanwhile, here in Maine, the Maine People's Alliance sent canvassers out to advocate for a $12 minimum wage, but only paid them $10. And at the Maine Democratic Party, they're asking interns to work for free. And now, a Jason Savage special on the latest example of fake news from the Portland Press-Herald.
Hey everyone, Jason Savage of the Maine GOP. We're going to do a fake news segment today because we've got a story that is probably terrifying to low-income Maine families if they actually dare to believe the liberal media. The article's from Joe Lawler at the Portland Press-Herald, and he uses a low-income Maine family to highlight all of the terrible things that he said might happen under the American Health Care Act. The problem is that all of the things that he says that we went through and fact-checked could be proven at least misleading and in some cases false. He makes claims that are just demonstrably untrue about pre-existing conditions and guaranteed issue, and even about this family. If a reader were reading this, they would think that this family with a son with a pre-existing condition was on the verge of losing their care, but it's not true. They are perfectly covered under Medicaid, and before Obamacare, during Obamacare, or after Obamacare. All of the scenarios would still cover them. The reporter cites Kaiser reports or analysis, but doesn't actually link to them, and then ignores what Kaiser says about other things when he makes his own false claims about pre-existing conditions and other issues. He then uses a couple of liberal activist groups to go after suggested reforms to Medicaid. One of the claims he makes in there is that there's a lifetime benefit cap for individuals, which is not true. It's not there. We took all this stuff apart and we laid it out on our website so you can read it, and we're hoping that you'll go do that. One of the most important issues that I want to make out of this, though, is that this reporter suggests that the reforms to Medicaid would hurt low-income people and people with disabilities, and that's not true. He also characterizes a 6% reform, 6% savings in the Medicaid program as a catastrophic cut, but he seems perfectly okay with 20 to 40% premium increases for people who have to buy their insurance. My question to you and to him is, why is it that the government can't afford to find 6% in savings or efficiencies, but the people of this country are asked to find 20 to 40% more every year to pay for their insurance? So on top of all of the other things we had in this article, I really wanted to point that out to you. We encourage you to go to mainegop.com, to the Director's Desk section, and read about all the ways that Joe Lawler from the Portland Press-Herald earned his Pinocchios on this article. And then we encourage you to email Joe Lawler and the Portland Press-Herald and ask them to get their reporting in line with the truth. People in Maine who have low income, who have pre-existing conditions, and who have disabilities, or children with health issues, should not be terrified because the Portland Press-Herald writes stories that are designed to terrify them. We need to tell the truth. We need our media to tell the truth. And right now, with Joe Lawler at the Portland Press-Herald, that's not what we're getting.
And now for an update on the 3% surtax. While Democrats are threatening to shut down the government this coming June, Republicans are working hard towards repealing the 3% surtax. Let's take a look at some of the things that have happened since the 3% surtax went into effect. Maine Revenue Forecasting Committee. Individual income tax revenue down $9.3 million instead of up the 25% as projected. Downward revisions of projected individual income tax revenue through the 2020-2021 biennium, and the Maine Revenue Forecasting Committee says the 3% surtax is not bringing in new revenue instead of the 25% increase projected. individual income tax revenue is down. It is crucial any moment you have that is free time, you reach out to Democratic legislators, email, call, let them know that it is important for our state that the 3% surtax is repealed. Just coming out in the news is an assault that occurred in April where a waiter served underage girls free liquor in order to intoxicate them, then followed them into the restroom and attempted to sexually assault them. What is interesting and just now coming out is that this man is a Mexican national. Look, he's clearly a bad hombre and we should send him home, but instead he's being charged with misdemeanors, which are not adequate enough to actually send him packing back home. People like this will do this again, and I have no doubt that by leaving this man in Maine, we are creating a future danger for more young women. Thank you for watching this episode of News You Can Trust. Be sure to share it with your friends on social media. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to see more information on what we're doing at the party, go to MaineGOP.com. We know we're not reporters, but you can trust us.